Hey guys, I'm opening the heavier boosters of out of the Gatewatch booster box. So I use this very cheap digital scale, and I got some. These are the heavier by landslide, but then I've got this. And it's not typical for a booster box to have that many foils, so this is not a very good scale. I'm gonna open all of this and see if I crack any foils. So the first three ones are the ones that weighted more. If you saw my streaming or my video from yesterday, I opened a fat pack. As you can see, I can open this booster box without sorry, it's my cat, without damaging the boosters. I tend to keep them. These ones don't get torn off so easily. So let's begin. I'm just gonna skip the comments. Okay, now so for main comments, I've got a timber gorge, visions of brutality, a reflector mage, and the first rare of the booster box, Torrent of Valakut. It's a 5/4 dragon for 5 generic and 2 reds. It has a surge for 3 and 2. I'm sorry, there's something of a reflection here. You can search for 5, 3 generic and 1 and 2 red. You can cast a spell for its search cost. It's a new mechanics for out of the Gatewatch. You can spell this. You can cast the spell for its search cost if your teammate has cast another spell this turn. Good for the multiplayer games, but you can use it also. It is flying. When Torrent of Valakut enters the battlefield, if its search cost was paid, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. And an island, and yes, I've got myself a foil reflector mage, uncommon. So this was a heavier booster that really had a foil on it. Okay, so the packaging is different from booster boxes and fat packs. So let's skip the comments. Got a Gift of Tusks, Ballad Pup, Immobilizer Eldrazi, and an Oath of Gideon as the rare. A legendary enchantment for 2 generics and 1 white. When a legendary enchantment, when Oath of Gideon enters the battlefield, put 2/1 white core ally creature tokens onto the battlefield. Each planeswalker you control enters the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter on it. So all the oaths give some kind of power to the planewalkers. So here's the rare, a swamp, and a foil common, Vines of the Recluse. You can see it's shiny one. So I've got another foil on the heavier boosters. So let's go for the third. That was heavier than the others. So here's the commons. And the uncommons: Joraga Auxiliary, Tranquil Expanse, Harvester Troll, and Wandering Fumarole. It's a manland from this set, and Wandering Fumarole enters the battlefield tapped. You can add blue or red to your mana pool, and if you pay 2 generics and 1 red and 1 blue until the end of turn, Wandering Fumarole becomes a 1/4 blue and red elemental creature with 0. You can switch this creature's power and toughness until the end of turn. It's still a land. So manland and a foil island. Okay, so another foil one. The thing is, this is an extra card on the pack, so it makes the packs weight a little more. So, but these ones weighted more than the average, but I'm not really sure if I will get a foil on this one. It seems a lot of foils for I'm not complaining. It's it is better if they all have foils, but it's a little bit unusual that a pack can have 3, 4, 5, 11 foils. For my experience opening other booster boxes, each has between 5 and 8, so booster box with 11, it's a little bit too much, I think. Okay, let's see. That's what I've got. Okay, Prophet of Distortion, a Cliffhaven Vampire. The vampires are appearing on this set. It's maybe a call to the next set that is gonna come, Shadows over Innistrad, and SS the Platter. Then we've got a Seagate Wreckage as the rare. It's a land, a colorless land. You can add colorless to your mana pool, and you can pay 2 and a colorless to draw a card, but you can only activate this ability if you have no cards in hand. So this one has a foil also, a Gift of Tusks, so it's a good start. And a Corylai. So this one I wasn't sure if it had, but it had foil uncommon. So let's open one more. If you guys have any question, ask me in the comments, because I'm not seeing the stream right now. Go to YouTube to ask something. Again, skipping the comments and just naming the uncommons: a Ballad Pup, a Chitinous Cloak, and a Grasp of Darkness. And as the rare, an Eldrazi Mimic, an Eldrazi for 2, it's a 2/1. Whenever another colorless creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may change Eldrazi Mimic's base power and toughness to that creature's power and toughness until the end of turn. It's good, so you can attack with this one, even if the creature that enters the battlefield can't attack for 2. I don't know, it can be killed really easy. So another one. So far, so good. 5 boosters with foils on it. Let's open the 6th and see if my luck continues. Alright, cozy leg. It's better that you get in this booster box. So, skipping the commons. And commons are Malakir Soothsayer, a Stoneforge Acolyte, a Cyclonic Sire, and another manland. This time the Needle Spires enters the battlefield tap. You can add red or white to your mana pool. If you pay 2 in a red and a white, your Needle Spire becomes a 2/1 red and white elemental creature with double strike until the end of turn. It's still a land. And I've got another foil island. Nice. And an Eldrazi Scion token. Okay. So far, even my cheap digital scale is doing some good measures of the cards with foils. So I've got a Strider Harness, Prophet of Distortion, a Void Grafter, and Endbringer. Another Eldrazi 5/5 for 5 and 1 colorless. You can untap Endbringer during each other player's untap step, and it has you can tap it to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. You can pay 1 colorless and tap it to target creature can't attack or block this turn, and you can pay 2 and tap it into colorless, and you can draw a card. Not bad. So okay, this is the first more than average weight booster that don't have a foil. It has an octopus token for one of the mythics. I can't remember the name. That big enchantment that puts 3 8/8 octopus. So again, a waste, not bad, better than commons. One of the 2 designs for it. The first one in the booster box. I got 3, I think, on the fat pack. So I got a Press into the Service, Iona's Blessing, a Cyclone Sire, and a Vile Redeemer as the rare. It's another Eldrazi. It's an Eldrazi themed set, so you can pay 2 generic and 1 green. It has the Void and Flash for a 3/3, and when you cast Vile Redeemer you may pay 1 colorless. If you do, put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield for each non-token creature that died under your control this turn. All these tokens have sacrificed this creature. Add colorless to your mana pool. The former Eldrazi Scions from Battle of Zendikar only put generic mana. And I see that I got a foil, a Visions of Brutality. So this one was also a foil. So it's not that bad of a digital scale. And I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 files so far on this booster box. Let's see the 3 that's left. Let's skip the comments. Okay, I've got a Grip of the Royal, an Immobilizer Eldrazi, and a Immolating Glare. Then I got an Eldrazi Obligator, 3/1 for 1 red and 2 generics. It has a Devoid. When you cast Eldrazi Obligator, you may pay 1 generic and 1 colorless. If you do, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature and gain haste until end of turn. And it has haste also. And another one that don't have a foil. So 7 until now. Okay, 2 more to go. Another waste, another design, the second one. And in commons, a Weapons Trainer, Spatial Contortion, and Devouring Flames. And a Dread Defiler as the Eldrazi rare. It has the Void. It's a 6/8 for 6 and 1 black, 6 generic and 1 black, and you can have you can pay 3 colorless and 1 colorless and 3 generics, and you can exile a creature card from your graveyard, and target opponent loses life equal to the exiled card's power. And another one that don't have a foil. So let's cast the last one that weighted a little bit above average, not as much as the first 3 that I was confident that had a foil, but of the 11 that weighted a little bit more, so far only 7 had foils, and unfortunately none of them were expedition. Okay, got myself a Warping Whale, River Drone, and a Mind Melter as the uncommons. Fall of the Titans, card that's been talked about because of his surge cost. So it has one red and X generic, but the surge cost, it's only 1 red and X generic, and you can cast this spell from its surge cost if you or a teammate had cast another spell this turn. In red you have a lot of cantrips that you can cast for 1 to activate the surge on this card, and Follow the Titans deal X damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and or players. So it's a good card to have. And I've got a fall rare, a foil mainland from this set, Nissin Quagmire, not to be mistaken with an animated TV series. And Nissin Quagmire enters the battlefield tapped. You can add black or green, and you can pay 1 generic, 1 black and 1 green, and Hissing Quagmire becomes a 2/2 black and green elemental creature with Gatewatch until the end of turn. It's still a land, so a good card to have in foil. Sort out a lot of players. So using this $10, €9 digital scale, I managed to weight the boosters that weighted them more, and I've got this Hissing Quagmire, and then Twilight, then 2 commons and 3 uncommons foils. So for a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 foils. I got also 2 wastes and the rares: Oath of Gideon, Tyrant of Valakut, Fall of the Titans, Dread Defiler, Eldrazi Obligator, Val Redeemer, Endbringer, Needle Spires, Eldrazi Mimic, Seagate Wreckage, Wandering Fumarole. No mythic so far, but I will open the rest of the packs real soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you like this kind of material. I will post another deck tech using Magic the Gathering Online on Thursday, followed by some playtests of that deck. I don't really know what it is. Maybe black red deck. I'll post it on Thursday. Please check it out. See you guys soon. Thanks.